Talkin Sex Live with Chet and Diane is recorded in front of a live audience. This show is for mature audiences only. Hello, you are Talkin Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I am Chet Hart.
I'm Diane Hart.
And we are unlicensed sex therapists. We are here to answer your questions about sexual health and relationships. We're didn't go to any type of schooling for this. We just are a couple who's had a lot of sex, and we want to go ahead and share our knowledge with the rest of the world. We are joined, as always, with our awesome producer, Wells. How are you doing tonight there, Wells?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing well. Good to be back here.
Yes. Have you been dating at all lately? You said last time that you had a date. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've been seeing a girl from Long Island.
Oh, Long Island, New York City. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Has any type of questions you want to go ahead and ask us at all, or?
Well,
Oh.
an issue that I've been having is that right now I don't have a couch. And usually in the past I have started making out with a woman on the couch, and then eventually it gets to a point and you go, would you like to go to the bedroom? But now I don't feel like I have that conceit anymore. So it's very awkward getting her into the bedroom.
Got it.
Got
it.
And when I was in college, my girlfriends, I would do that same routine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna kick it to Peter here because we haven't heard from him. Peter, how are you doing tonight? This is our sex toy expert, also polyamorous expert. Peter, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, as always. So happy to be here, getting to talk about sex in a positive manner with open-minded people, and hoping to solve some problems and help people enjoy themselves and enjoy their partners and help their partners enjoy them.
Got it. Peter, what's your last name? I never asked you this.
I don't actually share that information.
No problem. I
apologize. No offense taken, none meant.
I'm so sorry.
Since there's so much, being someone who's constantly talking about sex toys and sexuality and having the partners I do, and some of my partners themselves may or may not have some notoriety of their own, and so it's really important to them and to me that we keep some degree of anonymity. So keep working hard enough, they can probably figure some things out, but I don't just farm that information out.
Got it. Yeah. That makes sense. That's good. Well, no shame there. I totally understand using the alias and whatnot. What would you say to Wells about having a couch, not having a couch?
I mean, creativity is everything. You can get along with anything with the right people and the right situations. But I definitely think comfort matters. So if you can find your way to an opportunity, it's not too hard to locate like a used a couch and get a really nice slip cover for it.
Go to Goodwill.
For a good deal.
We're not paying you enough there, Wells?
I guess not.
You can't see.
I can't hear Wells.
Yeah, you can't hear Wells.
Yeah,
I think he just shrugged his shoulders there.
Yeah,
doesn't work on a podcast there, my friend.
No,
so,
it does not.
How long have you been an audio producer? That's all right.
You could always get a bunch of throw pillows and just throw them against the wall.
Just a big
Put a nice
beanbag. Those love
down.
sacks. Love sacks are great for girls.
We have just been using random pillows on the floor.
Yeah. The love
Hopefully
sacks
there's a
are
couch
key.
in my future.
We just helped out Wells, so that seems like great. If we're going to move on to some callers, if anybody watching has a question, feel free to type it in the chat and the caffeine here. We will try to get to it either in between callers or at the end of the program. We do want to welcome you to ask any question that you may have. But Wells, do we have anybody coming in right now?
Yeah, we have Mandy.
Mm-hmm.
Her boyfriend wants to start an OnlyFans page,
Oh.
or rather wants her to start an OnlyFans.
Okay. Let's see if we can get Mandy on the line here. Mandy looks like she is muted.
Unmute. Oh,
there it goes. Hello, you're talking Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I am Chet.
I'm Diane.
And is this Mandy?
Oh my God, thank you guys so much. I have always wanted to talk to you.
Oh, wow. You're super excited. That's fantastic. How are you doing tonight, Mandy?
I am so excited. I'm doing great.
Great. So we heard that your boyfriend wants you to start an OnlyFans account. Is this correct?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, the money sounds like it's really good,
It is good if you do
but
it right,
I just don't know if I want to like sit on cake or whatever it is that you do on OnlyFans.
Yeah, well, what are some of the things that we've seen on OnlyFans there, Diane?
There's video, there's pictures you can upload. You sometimes will talk with other people as well.
It doesn't have to be all about sex, but anything that's sex related or fetish related seems to make the most amount of money. So it just depends on what you want to do with it. I mean, there's guys on there. It's not all sexual. It can do with art. It can be done with music. You can do basically whatever you want.
But it's up to you, Mandy, if that's what you want to do and something, and it's your choice.
Well, I mean, I know it's like technically up to me, but my boyfriend's like really like, come on, like he bought me all these like little outfits and like a lot of like cake mixes.
Cake mix. So he's really into this whole sitting on cake fetish. Is that correct?
He thinks it's going to be really lucrative.
Got it. I mean, is that...
They also have OnlyFans accounts for men.
Yeah, to have him do it. Maybe he'll get a
I know,
great...
but honestly, he's kind of fat.
Oh, well, I mean,
that's not necessarily a problem.
Yeah, there's something for everyone out there, and if I don't feel that's a big deal. I mean, what would you want to do, Mandy? What type of OnlyFans account or page would you want to put up?
I mean, if I could have an OnlyFans like that I got to pick, then I would just pick like, you know, doing like I like to illustrate, which is basically like not really illustrating, but more like doing coloring books. And I could just like color and like, you know, I think people would be really into that.
Okay. So do you find yourself, I mean, I don't know, would you want to wear something sexy at all, or would you not want to wear something sexy?
Well, I think that it could be cool, but I'm also like really worried that my like dad is going to see it or something.
Yeah, I mean, you do have to pay to see these accounts, and so if
my dad would pay.
Oh, he would pay?
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a whole nother story there. Well,
you should only do it if it's something you're comfortable with doing.
Yeah, if you
ultimately
feel like you...
Do you have an OnlyFans page, you guys?
I do.
Yeah, Diane does. And what are some things you do on the OnlyFans page?
I do video, I do lingerie,
you do cooking.
I do workout videos, cooking videos.
Diane has a huge following with her sexy cooking. She cooks a lot of vegan and gluten-free foods, and
oh, that is so smart.
She wears some really sexy outfits, and she gets a lot of views and makes quite a bit of money off of it. I can hear some keyboards clacking away. I could tell that Peter and Wells are researching really hard right now. What have you pulled up there?
I mean, I think when it comes to OnlyFans, you're going to find the best results by doing something that represents something you enjoy. And that's what you'll usually see because it's personal.
Yes.
And so it sounds, though, what I'm hearing from you and your boyfriend is that it's personal to him what he wants to occur. Now, have you done any cake sitting for your boyfriend?
Yeah, we do that usually like once a week. If he's really like being good that week, then I will like make a cake for him. But otherwise, I just, you know, get one over at the supermarket.
Got it. So do you enjoy doing this? Is this something that you both enjoy, or is this something more about...
I mean, I enjoy making him happy.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I do things that Diane really likes that. I mean, I like it because she likes it, but if it was my first choice, it would be something different. But then
And
that's
vice versa.
vice versa, yeah. So it's all
I
about.
also think I might be getting yeast infections from sitting on so much cake.
Yeah,
it's
yeah. You shouldn't be sitting on cake with just your bare vagina. Peter, sorry, you were going to say something there.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that's probably my biggest concern is, I mean, it's wonderful to do something for your partner to make them happy on a one-on-one basis or one on however many if it's a group activity. And people really, can oftentimes really get off on pleasuring someone else or providing someone else a pleasure. But since you're putting yourself out there in a somewhat public environment, like as you know, I think it's really important that you find something that you're happy with. So maybe what you really need to discuss is whether you just need to continue providing the cake sitting just for your boyfriend. And if you're going to also do OnlyFans, you find something that you yourself like.
Exactly.
And that'll make you happier. Hopefully he still gets what he's getting, which is clearly the love of the cake sitting. Find that balance, or maybe you can find a way to mix in a little bit, whatever it is that you find that you love doing. Maybe you can play with some cake batter while you're doing it, or spread some frosting on your body. Find some way to tease him with what he loves while doing what makes you happy, so you can connect better with your fans.
Yeah, I would.
So you think like maybe I should like do some carpentry or something that I really love,
Yes,
and then
exactly.
like spread cake batter on the wood?
Maybe, yeah, that would be
do that.
something. That would kill two birds in one
You
stone.
could always also wear a sexy thong and then sit on the cake if you're into that.
Yeah,
Then it
definitely.
won't go in your hoo-ha.
Definitely.
And then you can just bend over and then pull off the panties.
That would be hot, but only if you're into that. If you're not into exposing yourself or being sexy, then just follow what you love. I mean, I can imagine a lot of men just paying money to watch. You sound very sexy, and you sound like a beautiful soul.
Oh my God, thank you.
And if you were to put on something sexy, just whatever makes you feel good, and you were to color pictures or coloring books, I can guarantee you will get a lot of views and hopefully, a good amount of cash. Yeah.
You think so? Because like I feel like I would be much more like creatively and artistically satisfied by being able to share my artwork with the world.
No, totally. I mean,
So I like that idea, but like I don't know, my boyfriend's really all about the cake.
got it. Well, I mean, you got to try to separate these two things. Just be like, I'm maybe, if you don't feel like you want to be sitting on a cake with your vagina, you got to have that open discussion with them. We always preach honesty in this show. Be truthful with your partner. And if you want to go ahead and do that, then sure, but say, hey, I don't want to have a yeast infection from sitting on a sugary cake batter. How about as a good compromise, I'm going to go ahead and draw some cake, or, we'll just have some cake, put it on my chest or something as I go ahead and color. It's all about compromise. The whole relationship, marriages, it's all about just making each other happy, being compromising, and hopefully that will work out.
Well, like maybe I could color and then sit on a cake.
Yeah, it's just as long as you're safe. That's the
That's a good compromise.
yeah. Our motto always is the
Safe,
BDSM
sane,
BDSM mantra of safe, sane, and consensual always. So you can apply that to all aspects of sexual activity there. Well, hopefully, Mandy, we answered your question and you were able to stay safe and sex positive there.
You did. Thank you so much. I will totally follow you on OnlyFans, Diane,
that's
and
great.
I will
Thank
send
you.
you guys a link to mine when I'm ready.
All right.
Perfect. That sounds amazing. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
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 Bye. So, Wells, have you subscribed to any OnlyFans accounts at all, or?
No, in fact, I just found out what cake sitting was through that segment. Had
Wow.
to Google it.
Wow, is there a
Yeah.
lot of cake sitting videos?
There, I didn't look at videos, just pictures, but
Oh.
yeah, a lot of cake sittings happening, including Christina Aguilera in Out magazine. So
Huh.
Wow.
interesting.
She's
Interesting
in
fetish.
Out magazine, like she came out of the closet. Is that what it is?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'll have to cross-reference that.
All right, Peter, do you know much about that at all? You seem to know more about celebrity gossip.
Not a lot specifically, but
Hmm.
it's one of those kinks or fetishes that you'll definitely see out there a lot. It's not uncommon. I don't know the roots of it psychologically. I haven't really dug into that part, but it does seem to be something a lot of people really enjoy. And again, like most of these kinks, as long as both people are into it and no one's being hurt, it's silly and harmless and potentially fun. I mean, who hasn't sprayed a little whipped cream on their hoo-has or their what's its I can say penis
your
and
penis
vagina.
a what's it?
It just seemed fun in the
what's it?
moment to play with it that way. Yes.
Peter's a big fan of Dr. Seuss. He's like,
That's
"My
right.
what's it?"
My what's it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
But yeah, it's already fun to play with food. Although one thing again to be very careful with, as was indicated, is you do want to keep sugar away from the vagina, or you have some serious yeast infection
Yeah.
concerns. Yeah.
So, and there's a big food fetish out there with people, and that's great. Diane and I have gone down that route. I since I was a kid, I had this fantasy of putting a hot dog bun over my penis and then putting ketchup and mustard on it, and it just some reason that just turns me on. And then Diane will go ahead and eat the hot dog bun around my penis and suck off the ketchup and mustard. I think that's really hot. I wouldn't say I had a food fetish. It's just that specific thing that turns me on. But some people do bake whole gourmet like meals and just line their whole room with plastic and just slather it over each other and eat it off them. And
Seems like
that's
a lot of work.
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. It's
A lot of cleanup.
yeah, a lot of cleanup. I'm sure the sex, sure, it might be great, but whatever you're into, just as long as your guys are, there's a slipping hazard, there is infection hazard. I mean, and even with men getting that in your pee hole, or your urethra, it can get a little. It's not exactly as bad as a yeast infection, but it can get a little painful sometimes. Well, that was a lot of talking right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I was just going down the Christina Aguilera rabbit hole.
Yeah, you just went down the rabbit hole there of Christina Aguilera.
Yeah. Not gay herself, but seen as a gay icon and ally. She's
Good.
been honored by the LGBTQ community.
That's great. Good for her. It's good to have allies who can speak up for the LGBTQ plus community there. Do we have another caller coming in?
We do. We have Richard.
Mhm.
He is having his 30th wedding anniversary, and he wants to know what kind of sex toy to give to his wife.
Oh, wow. Hello, you are Talking Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I am Chet Hart.
Diane.
And is this Richard?
Yes, this is Richard. Thank you for taking my call, Chet and Diane. I'm a long-time caller, first-time listener. And,
I think this might be your first time calling in. Did you get that backwards?
well, I don't know.
That's all
Look,
right.
The most important thing here is that I've been trying to get a hold of my son for a while, and he just hasn't been returning my phone calls. So I would like to address him here, if that's okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, is he watching? Is he a viewer right now? What's going on? Is he just...
He's there with you right now,
Oh.
Peter. Peter, this is your father.
Hi, Dad.
I'm just curious what your last name is, but sorry, I'm in the middle of something. Sorry, go ahead, Peter.
Oh, Peter's he's always embarrassed. It's not a big deal. Our last name is Hitler.
Oh
my
God! Oh my God! Is that your last name, Peter?
Okay. All right, Dad, we talked about this, and there are reasons that I keep my distance in this situation and why I keep my Oh my God. Okay. All right. How did you even find me, Dad?
Look, it's not important.
It is important to me because I've done this is why I cover my tracks. This is why I don't put my name out there. I'm sorry.
I
sorry.
didn't put my name out there either.
Chet and Diane, I have. I apologize so much. I'm gonna bring it back down to how I normally like to dress myself. I apologize so much for bringing this into your home.
No worries. Don't worry about it. This is very interesting. Keep on your conversation. I want to hear this.
I'm not here to cause you any trouble, son. And if anything, I follow you on the Instagrams, and I saw you posting about the show tonight, and I was like, well, I'd like to see him because I've been calling him. He hasn't returned my calls. And looking from the video here, I finally found out where all your mother's dildos are.
Oh my goodness. These are your mother's? I thought this was your
Not
collection.
Exclusively. All is an exaggeration.
Oh, God.
It's an exaggeration,
Well,
Dad.
The snail is definitely your mother's. I got that for her for Christmas.
No, we kept on asking you. Where'd you get
she
that
didn't
from?
use it. She never used it. And she said, "Do you want to study this? Do you want to use this in your shows?" And I said, "Yes, Mom. Right. Thank you again for supporting me and my endeavors and my direction in life, unlike other members of my family."
Okay, Peter. Okay, we have had our disagreements in the past. I will give you that. But I am reaching out to you today because I really need your help. Chet and Diane, you may not know this, but Peter's mother and I, we're about to have our 30th wedding anniversary coming up.
That's fantastic. Congratulations. That's a big milestone. What is that, the pearl?
That is the pearl, absolutely. And because it is the pearl anniversary, I considered the idea of giving her a pearl necklace, but I've been giving her pearl necklaces since even before Peter was born.
The innuendo, right? Yes. Yeah.
I just
on her neck. Yeah, that's how it works. Yes.
Exactly. But, well, Peter, I really need your help here because I want to get your mom some sort of sexual toy that she would really appreciate. So I've done some research, and I want to get your opinion on this because if you know your mother, you know the things that she likes.
Oh God.
So one of the things I found was this stainless steel, small, faux silver foxtail butt plug.
Those are good.
Okay.
You know your mom loves fox print.
Yes, I do. If you knew Mom that well, because again, she and I talk openly because we again have a supportive relationship where she and I can discuss things like this openly without the kind of judgment that I've historically experienced from you when I've talked about my career and my relationships. If you had that understanding of her, you know that she has serious concerns and issues with temperature play, especially when it comes to anal penetration. And so a stainless steel would not be comfortable for her. You want something warm, or at least a body temperature for her. She does not like cold objects in her anus. And anybody who really paid attention to the needs and wants and desires of their family members and listened to them instead of just telling them what they should do with their lives would know this about their life partner, especially of 30 years.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Chet and Diane.
It's all right. This is great. This is development. This is a new level that we're dealing with here. I applaud this. Richard.
So I'm guessing that's a no.
That's a no.
Ooh.
Yes,
Okay.
Dad, that's
well,
a no.
I mean, Peter,
Fair
you
enough.
are a sex toy expert.
I am.
This is like Oedipus, but like I can't imagine.
His father and married his mother.
Exactly, but like how would
that?
Well, no, I'm saying like how are you
I see what connection
to,
Chet's going
how
for
are you supposed
here,
to give sex toy advice for your own mother? It's almost like Oedipus.
Yes.
So like
Again, she and I have a very open and honest relationship because we view sexualities through this lens. And honestly, I'm shocked to hear my father talking like this with me because historically, like he's given me so much grief over my focusing on sexuality as a career. it's the fact that he has the gall to come to me for advice at this point is just, it's astonishing.
Well, maybe he's making a turn in his life. He's accepting it. Richard wants to please his wife. He knows that his wife is into this. He knows that his son is into this. I'm assuming you don't have any siblings because you never speak about them. So maybe, just maybe, he's open to it now. And you know what? Maybe you should just help him out. Just tell him, hey, Dad, I want you to have a happy marriage. You've been together for 30 years. It's time to start actually pleasing Mom. Here's what I would recommend. Do you have something like that, Peter?
Listen, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to help my mom.
That's what it's about.
By proxy through somebody who has really never expressed any desire to help anyone in his life. So I would say that Mom is particularly focused on clitoral stimulation. And so if you really care that much about her happiness, the Osei 2 is a very highly regarded product that gives a blended clitoral and G-spot orgasm.
Highly recommended.
I have 2.
You know, this allows her to pleasure herself so that you can go off and do whatever it is you do with your time in the garage when you don't want to have any involvement with your family whatsoever.
Peter, Richard's turning a corner now. Just assume that he wants to help out. So just be open to him actually wanting to please your mother and do something different in his life.
How's the Mustang, Dad? How's the Mustang? Did you ever finish the Mustang? Because it was so important to you that you finished the Mustang. So much more important to you than, say, my birthday parties.
Peter.
Yes, Dad.
Peter.
I'm listening.
We're all listening.
I'm listening.
Peter.
We're all listening.
Everybody's listening. The world is
Okay.
listening, right? Literally, right?
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that everyone is listening.
Yeah,
by
we're all
saying
listening.
Peter.
Especially Peter.
I sold the Mustang.
Oh, see? He's turning a corner.
I sold it
He is turning a corner.
because I was hoping that maybe you would partner up with me with a sex toy emporium in Van Nuys.
Wow. There's a lot of sex toys emporiums in Van Nuys, actually.
We'll call it Hitler and Son.
No. Definitely not. Definitely not. Don't.
It's one of the most important things of going into business, Dad, is branding.
It is brand and location.
Yeah, at your location and brand. Location you have, Van Nuys is quite appropriate.
It's great.
But the branding is an issue. But are you serious? You sold Lucille?
Absolutely. I sold her. It was the hardest thing for me to do, other than not. Well, I'm not going to bring that up again. But Peter, I simply want to extend an olive branch of a dildo to you.
Wow.
And just make amends here. I love you, son. And I'm very proud of all your clitoral, knowledge. And you make me so proud.
Look at
you
that.
Really do.
Aww.
That is great.
And Peter, I won't keep you, too much longer because I know y'all have a lot to do. But will you do me a favor? Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Will you at least go to your mother's OnlyFans channel and at least leave a comment?
Wow. Peter?
Yeah, Dad, I'll do that.
Yeah.
She's starting to do cake sitting videos, so...
What? We were just talking about that.
Wow. I didn't even know. I guess I've been out of touch myself a bit.
Peter.
All right. I'll swing by the page and I'll send her a message and we'll talk about the Emporium, all right?
All right, sounds good. Who is my little Hitler?
No, don't say that. Not okay.
I'm your
I'm
little
just
Hitler.
playing.
No, not okay.
Rose just turning in. That is Peter's last name.
Yes, that is Peter's last name.
He didn't want to give it to us.
Unfortunately,
for a while.
you should be like Hitman? Hitlin? I don't know. Hitman?
Hitman.
Hillen. I don't know.
I went by hit that for a while when I was doing some porn, but I moved on from it. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. Not going to say your last name. Peter's
It's
dad.
Hitler. Hitler.
Nope. Okay. Well, I hope you have a good night.
Say it with me.
Nope.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you very much for calling in. This was a great breakthrough for Peter. Have a good night there, Richard.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. So, Peter.
I'm so sorry.
Nope. That was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Seems like you had a breakthrough with your father.
Huge
made
breakthrough.
Some progress.
And you're making your mother happy, which is the biggest thing right there. And
it is.
Apparently, you've lit the house on fire.
Yes. I hope that's not the Emporium in Van Nuys, actually, because there's a lot of chemicals in these toys that if they're not stored properly, they're combustible.
Yeah. Apparently, the San Fernando Valley is huge on the sex industry. So,
yes.
Yeah, a lot of sex toys are actually made in the San Fernando Valley, including Van Nuys, North Hollywood, and Studio
by
City.
hand often. Yeah.
I mean, they have a whole assembly line. It's like remember the Industrial Revolution with like the Model T Ford? It's like that, but with dildos.
The dildonic revolution is what we call it.
Yes, the dildonic revolution. It's like assembly lines, like workers just putting together dildos. It's quite amazing. And also we have Ventura Boulevard, which has a lot of
sex shops.
Well, not sex shops, but that's where all the porn industry's at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
so you have some major.
Yeah.
Porn.
Chatsworth especially is very big in this. It's quite a booming area. So I do spend a lot of time in the valley.
Vivid Entertainment on. I think it's Lancashire.
Yeah, they have the DG Entertainment. But yeah. Anyways,
we digress.
Thank you so much for just accepting that, for making a breakthrough. That must have been really tough on you, Peter.
You have no idea.
Yeah, I mean that is a major moment right there, and we appreciate you calling.
I didn't even register his voice at first because I've just put it so far out that when he called, Richard and the voice, it didn't register for me. I should have. It should have, but. My blood ran cold once he said my name because there's a certain way he says my name that it was lizard brain. I'm sorry. I raised my voice and I never want to do that on your show.
If that was you angry, that is
you're pretty good then.
Yeah, that's you being friendly.
Yeah, some of my exes would blow up in rage. And I was like, nope, we're done.
Throw video game controllers.
Yeah, I always broke up with those ones.
Yeah, those are terrible people. Go to anger management if you throw video game controllers, people. Wells, hello. You were quiet there.
Well, it was a beautiful father-son moment.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to
interrupt there.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a good relationship with your father?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he doesn't approve of my career either.
Video producer?
Yeah.
Or radio producer. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
He wanted me to be a goat herder like he was.
Wow.
Oh, a goat herder.
He was a real shepherd, huh? Jesus.
Yeah, he was a shepherd.
Didn't know that about your father.
So we're running a little long. Do we have another caller coming in?
We do. We have Dick. His girlfriend is pregnant. And feels that he needs to be on a medical mystery show because they were only having anal sex in order to save themselves from marriage.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Hello, you're talking Sex Live with Chet and Diane. I am Chet.
I'm Diane Hart.
And is this Richard? No,
Richard.
Dick.
Oh yeah. You can just call me Dick,
okay,
and
sorry,
it's Dullard. I think you said the name wrong.
Is it Dillard or Dick?
I'm
Dullard?
Dick Dullard.
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 Yeah.
Dullard.
Dullard.
Yeah.
Dullard. You know, there's a department store named Dillard.
How y'all doing?
We're good.
Doing really well.
Really nice. We're getting cozy. We're getting sexy. We're in bed right now. How are you doing tonight, Dick? Great name.
Well, I'm pretty excited. I'm a senior at TCU.
Okay.
You know,
Going to college at
and
Texas Christian University in where's that?
yeah, that's
Austin?
correct, brother. Yeah.
No.
No, it's Fort Worth.
That's right. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Hook'em Horns is at that's
Horn Frogs. That's right.
Oh, you're a horn frog. The horny
So,
horn frogs, right?
You could say that.
Mm.
So I don't really have a question about sex toys per se,
No,
but
it's okay.
I believe I'm experiencing a miracle. So my girlfriend, we've been dating 6 months. Her name's Chastity.
Oh, wow.
I love Chas. She's great.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a commitment to the Lord, so we don't have vaginal sex or anything like this.
Okay.
We only have anal sex because that doesn't count then, brother. You understand?
No, not
Well,
really.
I think it still counts.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Well,
I'm no
not
biblical
to, like,
scholar,
Jesus.
but
Not to Jesus.
not to Jesus said unto his
That's
disciples,
correct. Yeah,
anal sex does
Does
not
count as
count.
sex.
Yeah,
that's right.
But those who have vaginal intercourse will be before marriage.
I don't remember reading that in the
No.
Bible.
So
I think it's 1 Corinthians chapter 69.
I don't think Jesus would have spoken in 1 Corinthians because it wasn't one of the Gospels. It was for one of the apostles who wrote about that. But
That's correct.
what's the rest of your question
Well,
there?
we only have anal sex,
Okay.
and
Sounds fun.
she happens to be pregnant now. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe that somehow, probably the Lord has teleported my semen from her anus into her uterus, and I believe we should be on a medical mystery show.
Yeah, that is no
Now,
mystery.
my frat brothers disagree with me. They think there's something up with Kyle, but I don't know what they're talking about because
Who's Kyle?
Chaz and I have made
Chaz?
commitments with each other and the Lord. Chastity.
Oh,
I
Chastity.
call her
Who's Kyle?
Chastity.
Is there a
Chaz.
squee involved as well?
Is this a friend of hers, Kyle?
Kyle? Is it one of your fraternity
Yeah,
brothers?
they're very close, very close.
Well,
Does she like stay over at his house at night?
Mystery solved there.
Yeah, but I mean that's not a big deal because what could happen?
I'm sure Kyle is having sex with Chastity.
That's what it sounds like, my friend.
What?
It's an ironic name.
Well, it sounds to me like maybe there's a lot of just negative energy like going the wrong direction now because I think we should be on a medical mystery show because the Lord has blessed us with a baby.
Got it.
When we only had anal sex.
The Immaculate Conception is pretty hard to believe. That's why there's a lot of skeptics out there with the atheists. And also, if you want to go ahead and go that route, you're not going to make friends with the Christians because they will just say it's blasphemous. So. Blasphemous. So.
Why don't you get a DNA test?
I'm not saying it's blasphemous or not, but
I mean that's going to solve everything right there.
Get a DNA test, and then you'll find out.
Yeah, just
if you're the father.
Of course,
I'd also point out that if you're going the route of divine intervention here from God, the last case of this that you're citing, the birth of Jesus, of course, Jesus was in fact not Joseph's son. It was not that God teleported Joseph's semen into Mary. The idea was that he was the son of God directly. So if your angle is that we're going religious, then you might assume that this is perhaps the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah, and there's no...
not that I'm suggesting that's the case, but I'm just saying.
Nothing in the Gospels that Joseph had anal sex with Mary either.
Right.
So
it's also not unheard of. It's incredibly rare, but it's not impossible for pregnancy to occur from only anal sex simply because there is seepage of semen after sex.
See, brother?
Okay.
Now you understand.
Sure. Well, I mean, the best thing you can do, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm fairly certain that you can't take a DNA sample from in utero. Is that correct, Wells or Peter? Do you know that? Can you take a DNA sample from in utero?
I think it's invasive enough that it's not recommended. I believe it's not impossible, but it would be
risking the baby's
incredibly
life
inadvisable.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that because you could kill the fetus. So,
well, I don't want that. I don't believe in abortion.
No, exactly.
Well, you could wait till the child's born and then take a DNA test.
That's the best bet
right there. And if it's
yours,
then stay with her, and if it's not,
then if you love her, and it's, I mean, I guess it's a moral question of whether
would you be okay with her cheating on you?
Yeah, and also would you be okay?
Well, I don't see how she could cheat because we made a commitment to the Lord.
That's right.
You know, so it doesn't make any sense.
To cheat? Well, I would just have an open discussion with her. If she really is committed to the Lord, just remind her that lying is a sin, and that, you know, if you are truly a Christian, then you would forgive just as the Lord does, and say that I will forgive you if you come out and let me know that you did have sex with this other person. Then go ahead.
So like you're basically saying like I should go kick Kyle's ass right now, right?
I'm pretty sure Jesus said the whole turn the other cheek and also love thy neighbor. That whole strategy. Also, he said love my enemies.
But he all did. He turned over the tables as well.
Yeah. But I would not kick his ass. I would choose to try and actually. You know, be supportive of your lover, of Chastity. Say that you want to support her. And I mean, it just depends. Do you really love her? Do you trust her? The thing about cheating is that it destroys your trust. I mean, trust is something that's very difficult to build up. And
once it's broken, it's hard to get it back.
It's almost impossible to get it back. It can be brought back, but it's just like it will never be back.
It's basically game over if that's the case.
Yeah, so it's up to you. Do you want to try and build this back up, or do you want to say, you know what, I'm going to move on? You're obviously not as faithful to the Lord or to me as you claim to be. I'm going to go ahead and have anal sex with somebody else.
Well, I just think we need to be on a medical mystery show, and maybe they could investigate and tell us really what's going on.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure
feels
the
like you're mixing concepts here.
Would be solved pretty quickly there. Just say, hey, this other man here obviously impregnated Chastity. Sorry to break it to you. I know it hurts to hear this, but yeah, I feel that Chastity may have been unfaithful towards you. But I mean, have you proposed to her? Are you in this?
Yeah, we just got engaged.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because it was a miracle of the Lord.
Got it. So she feels that you need to be the father of this to raise the child.
The baby.
So again, I would highly suggest having this conversation and saying that you would like to have a DNA test, and saying that I have feelings that you might have other relations with other people, and that the Lord does not like lying. Lying is a sin, and the Lord views all sins as equal. And hopefully she'll be able to say, yes, I did have intercourse with another man and became pregnant with somebody else's child. So
I think it's very
important. I will take your advice under consideration, but I still just might say game over to Kyle.
I wouldn't say game over. We do not advocate violence on this show.
Yeah, turn the other cheek is absolutely, as was discussed, a teaching of Jesus. But outside of that, I'm gonna say it's very important that you get to the bottom of the truth of this situation, because the last thing this child needs is a father who is not committed to this child and this child's beliefs and this child's
much
needs.
Like your father was, right, brother?
Whoa. Okay. I wasn't necessarily trying to go there. I'm not sure that's. I'm not gonna get upset in this situation. I'm gonna turn the other cheek. Absolutely.
Turn the other cheek.
But that is in
turn
essence.
The other cheek, brother.
the thought process, I suppose, that was in my head, for one reason or another. But yes, you do not want this child to grow up with a father who is not fully committed to the child. So it's in your best interest to know and to not be in a position where you feel hands off, or that you're keeping the child away from your love and your commitment, and to you for all time, when you should be there for that child and believe in him or her and who they want to be, and their future. So find out if this is really your child, and then commit all the way to this child if it is. And if it's not, if you love this woman and you care about the child, it's not unheard of for people to go ahead and recommit and take a child as their own. But that's up to you to decide. And if you can't do that 100%, don't do it at all.
That's right.
All right, brother. I will take your consultation into consideration.
Well, we hope we answered your question.
Yeah,
there.
I hope that you.
Sorry about your pops, though.
Oh no!
Thank you. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah, that is tough. Well, Dick, I hope you have a good night. I hope you can figure out
who the real father is.
Exactly. That you have.
All right, go Horned Frog. Game over, Kyle.
Oh, no game over. We do not advocate, especially with TCU Christians. Not okay. Stay safe, my friend. Be sex positive and have a good night.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Oh wow, that was well. So you have quite a bit of background with Christianity. I thought you were going to chime in a little bit there. What do you have to say about this?
Well, it's a lot to take in. It seemed like he found out in real time that his chastity had cheated on him.
Yeah.
If it were me, I would just to paraphrase the Gospels and Pontius Pilate's actions, I would wash my hands of the whole thing and move on. Find another girlfriend who was consistent with my values of having anal sex rather than vaginal until marriage.
Got it.
Yeah. It's so silly that they don't view anal sex as sex.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that, like, in the Bible, it's like there was a lot of talk of anal sex, but it's sodomy.
Well, they sodomized their enemies in the Old Testament.
Sorry, we're not ending the show quite yet. I just was, we just like our song, all right? Here we go. It's okay. Anyways, so, sodomy was talked about quite a bit, and it's been used as a basis for a lot of homophobic preachers out there, saying that, like, oh, Sodom and Gomorrah, they wanted to have sex with these angels, and so it's bad. Homosexuality is bad.
Well, that's because they wanted to have sex with the angels.
Yeah, it's that, and like,
it wasn't that they just wanted to fuck everything, and I don't know.
The term is also often misunderstood because currently the word applies to oral sex as well. Oddly enough,
I did not know that.
People would not expect. It's an odd term that, of course, is usually used in a derogatory sense to suggest that anything outside of classic penis and vagina sex is somehow aberrant.
It's called sodomy. Anything that's not vaginal intercourse is
essentially
sodomy.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, back then you really couldn't bathe too well, so you would have a
who would want it,
penis
right?
or vagina. It just would seem nasty to go down there.
Also, there was Levitical laws where it was. The Levitical laws are very long, and some things that are just like unfathomable. Like,
speaking of long things.
Yes. So there's one Levitical law that says that a man cannot sleep with a man like he sleeps with a woman, but that's right next to another verse that says, like, you can't eat meat and dairy in the same meal. You can't
no shellfish.
You can't have shellfish. You can't tattoo. You can't pierce
mixing
your ears.
fibers.
If a child was to disobey their parents, you're supposed to bring the child out to the town walls and stone them to death. It's just like you can't for these evangelical Christians out there. You can't just choose one Levitical law and not go by all the others and say that homosexuality is wrong. It doesn't make any sense. So I fully support all LGBTQ plus, and I really feel that it is okay if you do feel that you are a Christian to go ahead and follow Christianity for what the true meaning is of that, love your neighbor as yourself, which is basically the basis for all religions. Buddhism, Christianity, Judaism, Muslim, or Islam, it's all the same thing. And so to say that this person is not as good as I am, we're going to go ahead and shun that person, I feel that is not okay. It's okay to express your sexuality, and also if you want to follow the Lord, then do whatever religion that you want. Go ahead and follow that. There should be no shame in any of those things. So I really feel that sexuality is an open book with the Bible, no pun intended. And a lot of people will think I'm completely wrong about that, but I do not. That's how I feel, and yeah.
There's a lot to take in, a lot to be careful with, and a lot to take seriously when it comes to religious rules, and honor thy father and mother is not always your best course in life.
Yeah.
Sorry
Going
about
back
that,
to your
Peter.
dad hit a nerve.
Yeah. I guess if we were to put a title to this show, with the whole fatherhood, there's a lot of parental stuff. What would you say that would be there, Wells and Peter?
Theme to the show?
Yeah, just like with the whole parental fatherhood, it seems like that's kind of like the overlying theme of everything here. Like, what would you put the name to this? It's a
I
tough
don't
one.
think the first caller was like that at all.
Well, no, OnlyFans, cake
It's
sitting.
tough to have an overarching theme on this one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parental, just the whole. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out
Yeah.
later. We don't need to.
We don't have any questions coming in right now. No one's chiming in, but that's fine. I felt like we had a really good night tonight. Thank you so much for Wells and Peter for being here. We had a fun time. Thank you so much. So have a good night. Have good sexual relations with your partners, with yourself. Stay sex positive, everybody, and have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.